The art of descriptive writing. Look at the picture. What are the words which come to mind when you look at this picture? How will you describe it? Okay, let me help you. By far, the most loathsome thing about Mrs. Pratchett was the filth that clung around her. Her apron was grey and greasy. Her blouse had bits of breakfast all over it, toast crumbs, tea stains, and splotches of dried egg yolk. It was her hands, however, that disturbed us the most. They were disgusting. They were black with dirt and grime. They looked as though they had been putting lumps of coal on the fire all day long. Do not forget that it was these very hands and fingers that she plunged into the sweet jars when we asked for a pennyworth of treacle toffee, wine gums, or nut clusters, or whatever. The mere sight of a grimy right hand with its black fingernails digging an ounce of chocolate fudge out of a jar would have caused a starving tramp to go running from the shop, but not us.
If you would like to know more about that description, you may look at Roald Dahl's Boy. Descriptive writing. What does a descriptive essay tell you? It tells you about what something looks like, what it feels like, sounds like, smells like, or tastes like. You can use language to create a vivid impression for your readers. Your descriptions help to create a dominant impression, mood, or quality for your writing.
How do we go about organizing a descriptive essay? Remember the following options: spatial order, order of impression, order of importance. Spatial order: describe an object or space as you move around or through it from each perspective. Order of impression: what do you notice first, second, etc. Order of importance: what is the least important detail, what is the most.
Also remember, don't try to jump from one object to the other without spending time on a single object and describing it in its entirety. If you try to do too many objects at the same time, you will not be able to describe an object fully. Enjoy this description about a mongoose by Rudyard Kipling from the Jungle Books. He was a mongoose, rather like a little cat in his fur and his tail, but quite like a weasel in his head and his habits. His eyes and the end of his restless nose were pink. He could scratch himself anywhere he pleased, with any leg, front or back, that he chose to use. He could fluff up his tail till it looked like a bottle brush, and his war cry as he scuttled through the long grass was "Rick tick ticky ticky ch."
So, did an image of a mongoose come to mind? Well, that is exactly what descriptive writing should do. Let's listen to another passage from Gerald Durrell's A Zoo in My Luggage. From my seat on the bougainvillea-enshrouded veranda, I looked out over the blue and glittering wave of the Bay of Victoria, a bay dotted with innumerable forest-encrusted islands like little green furry hats dropped carelessly on the surface. Two grey parrots flew swiftly over the sky, wolf whistling to each other and calling cooey loudly and seductively in the brilliant blue sky. A flock of tiny canoes, like a school of black fish, moved to and fro among the islands, and dimly the cries and chatter of the fishermen came drifting across the water to me. Above, in the great palms that shaded the house, a colony of weaver birds chattered incessantly as they busily stripped the palm fronds off to weave their basket-like nests. And behind the house, where the forest began, a tinker bird was giving its monotonous cry, toink, 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 like someone beating forever on a tiny anvil.
Remember these points about writing a descriptive essay. Use a lot of personification, metaphor, simile, and imagery. Use a wide range of vocabulary. Avoid using common words such as nice, big, little, fantastic, etc. Also remember to use adjectives. Each noun needs one or more adjectives to give sufficient detail. You will also see some more descriptions in this video accompanying some images. Do take a look at these to improve upon your descriptive writing. Thank you.